Welcome live inside Turner Gymnasium on Wayne Prophet Court today, where we've got a quarterfinal matchup featuring the Wasps of Emory and Henry and the Hornets of University of Lynchburg. Hello, friends and fans. Welcome courtside along with Laurencia Moten. I'm Joe Hutchler. We are in playoffs. It is second season, and it's the third time these two teams have played this year. Lynchburg has won the previous two. From your perspective, as a former women's basketball player yourself, why is it so hard for teams to defeat the same team 3 times in one season?
Well, simply because once you play a team, you already know how they play, and so each game you're just picking out ways that you could defeat them. It's hard, but it's not impossible. And after speaking to Coach Crump last week, she really harped on the fact that they just need to control what they can control. And one of the biggest things that they can control in this game is defending. Last game, Emory and Henry went 21 for 21 from the line. So this game, if Lynchburg sits down and defends, the outcome will be successful.
Looking forward to seeing what the game plan is for both teams as they try to advance to the semifinals, a date with the Generals of Washington and Lee. Let's talk about our coaches now for both of these matchups. Inside the huddle there, you see Jacqueline Dickens in her second season as a head coach. She's 28-11 in that time. 6th season overall. She used to be the assistant for the Wasps. And on the other side, Katie Crump in her first season at the helm, interim role for her this year. She's looking to take her team to the next round all by her lonesome. She does not have an assistant coach. She's heavily relying on the players, of course, which we'll talk about now. Your starters for today, for the Wasps who come in today 6-7 overall. They will begin with Kylie Cooper, Taylor Gilbert, Elizabeth Jones, Josie Salyer, and Alexis Hoppers on the floor. And the starting 5 for Lynchburg: Maggie Quarles, Meredith Vetter, Lizzie Davis, Erin Green, and Abby Ogish. The only change from the last time these two teams played on February 9th is Kylie Cooper, who came off the bench that day. She's getting the start today, the senior from Hickory, North Carolina, missing 4 games this year due to injury, but she's been a key piece to Emory and Henry's success late in the season.
Definitely a key piece. Last time Lynchburg played them, she had 9 points and 3 rebounds. You mentioned that was her first game back, but she had a huge role in that game, so I'm anxious to see how she plays today.
And we are anxious for tip-off. No more. It's here. Green and Hoppers will jump after it, and it's Cooper collecting. The Wasps will have possession first. Coming here after a victory over Eastern Mennonite 68-50 in the first round of the tournament. Cooper dishes to Hoppers, not afraid to shoot the long ball. Handoff, driving is Gilbert off the glass and short. Loose rebound, swatted by Davis, collected by Maggie Quarles.
I love to see that hustle, especially so early in the game. As you know, Joe, last time these two teams matched up, Lynchburg started off a little slow, so it's good to see them starting off this way.
Davis with the drive. She will go to the free throw line after being fouled. It's going to go against Josie Salyer. And Lizzie Davis to the free throw line, where this season she is shooting 61%, coming off her career high in total points for a game, 29 in the victory in their last contest over Washington and Lee. And 2 for 2 from the free throw line to get us started and break the ice. Long straightaway 3 is good for Taylor Gilbert. Just a 14.5% three-point shooter. That's her 42nd attempt of the season and just her 7th make. Not afraid to put it up, and the first one drops.
Now we're seeing Kylie Cooper push the ball. One of the keys for Lynchburg in this contest is to stop the ball early. They didn't do that just now, but hopefully they can get better as the game progresses.
Cooper will inbound it. Looking for Hoppers. Off the fingertips and a block, then a foul. Erin Green, the guilty party. Alexis Hoppers leads the team in free throw percentage with 77. Sparta, North Carolina native. Will not hit the first.
I'm not too mad at that foul from Erin Green, especially since last game she had 15 points and 4 blocks, which was huge. So I like to see her aggression. She just needs to control it a little more.
Hoppers failing to make either free throw. Erin Green for 3, that's good. The Poolesville, Maryland junior shooting 43% from beyond the arc as a 4-5 player. Hits her first, and the Hornets up by 2. This is Josie Salyer calling out. Lynchburg's defense knows what it is. They're setting up for it. Salyer sets up for 3 and banks it in from straight away.
Josie's 32% from the 3, and over half of her shots are behind the arc. Lynchburg has to be ready for that.
Green with a good dish to Quarles, trying to get that one off. Contact, no foul. Rebound falls to Jones. Cooper inside to Hoppers, one-on-one along the block, and Hoppers too strong off the glass.
As a post defender, you have to make sure to not even let her teammates see her numbers. Erin just relying on her blocking ability, but with Hoppers, she's such a good player, you can't do that.
Davis, jump ball, great hands from Elizabeth Jones. A senior who was a part of the E&H team a year ago that eliminated Lynchburg in the ODAC tournament. Trying to get at least one more game out of this senior year. Meredith Vetter dishing to Davis with 5 to shoot. Inside to Ogish, short off the glass. Bounces around, still shot clock winding down, and that is a shot clock violation against Lynchburg. The Ogish shot did not touch the rim, so therefore it did not reset. Three minutes gone by, tight contest. Tight tension in the building. Knowing what's on the line. Hoppers, great move with the left hand.
Great move, and almost every time they went down, they're looking for her. So as a post defender, you got to know that.
Here's Ogish, another post player that has had a great season, but not a great start to the game. And then a foul is called on the rebound. It will go against Abby Ogish. Her first, team second of the quarter.
We saw that rebound that Emory and Henry grabbed. Another key defensively is to box out in this contest. Both teams average almost 40 rebounds a game, which is great.
Hoppers again, using that size inside for 2 more points. She has 4, only had 7 in the win over EMU in 17 minutes played. She's destined to have more minutes today and certainly more points. Meredith Vetter dribbles baseline. In trouble. Finds Davis. She'll go in amongst the trees. Gives it to one of those long-handed people. And Erin Green taken to the floor. Will stay right about there for 2 free throws.
It's so interesting because yesterday in practice that I was able to sit in, Coach Crum talked about how unselfish this team is and how evenly distributed points can be. And we just saw firsthand the shot that Meredith Vetter passed up to pass it to her teammate. In games like this, you just can't do that. Everyone has to take the shot and be ready.
First substitutions of the contest happening as Erin Green hits her first. Sammy Seaver steps in for Lynchburg, and we'll see Tori Powers for the Wasps. Erin Green making both.
How excited are we to see Sammy Seaver after the way she came off the bench last time these two teams played?
Yeah, 13 points for Sammy Seaver in the last contest. Of course, the Thunder was stolen a little bit by Maggie Quarles, who had 14 points of her 20 in the fourth quarter.
Definitely. But for a freshman, not too bad.
Not too shabby. Kate Kolb is out there now for Lynchburg. First time we've seen her. She's guarding Tori Powers at the moment. Here's a 3 from Gilbert. That's good. She's hot. 2 for 2. Davis, pull-up jumper, loves that shot, and you can see why, very confident. Each team countering quickly. Cooper, excellent ball skills, but inside, we're going to call the foul, and it's going to go against Maggie Quarles, not against Kolb. First on Quarles and third on the team. So Kylie Cooper at the free throw line, 68% this season, and 9 games played out of a possible 13. The Wasps struggling from the line so far, 0 for 3 early on.
But they still are getting there, which, as we know, can be a problem in the grand scheme of things.
Right. Does rattle in, wasn't pretty, but still counts. And so the lead balloons to 5. Davis dumps it inside to Kolb, and Kate Kolb's first shot attempt is good.
I love that for her. She wasn't able to play in the last game against ENH, so they're not used to her being on the floor. She adds a new spark to the game.
Could be big for rest as well. If you can get Kolb in there, Ogish and Green can take a seat and come back in later with fresh legs. Cooper just takes it herself inside. Ogish there for the rebound. Height-wise, things are pointing towards Lynchburg at the moment with Hoppers out. See if they still work it underneath. Seaver traveled before she put the shot up. And we're going to see Amaya Lee come in for the Wasps after this break. 4:20 remaining in the first quarter. It's a one-possession game, 14-11 in this ODAC quarterfinal matchup on LHSN.
A lot of people go to the universities to find something to be a part of while getting their education. And when you come here, Lynchburg is that something, it becomes a family. It's what the school's really good at doing.
At Lynchburg, we don't fear change. We embrace it. In our students, on our campus, in our community, and around the world. We're building on our legacy of always moving forward. It's the same place, with a new name. Welcome to the University of Lynchburg.
Welcome back inside Turner Gymnasium on Wayne Prophet Court. Joe Hutzler and Laurencia Moten with you this afternoon on a very busy weekend here on the campus of University of Lynchburg. First playoff game of the year for any team on this campus, and it's a good one so far. Emory and Henry leading by 3. The 7 seed taking on the 2 seed for the 3rd time this season. And a rare miss for Gilbert early on. She's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, but misses the layup. Now it's Quarles. Good three-point shooter in her own right, but she'll give it up to Ogish, who drives and picks up her first bucket. Amaya Lee, she just checked in, hands off to Powers. Now it's with Cooper. Cooper blocked by Ogish. A chance to take the lead for the Hornets. Davis across the box, finds Ogish, back-to-back plays, using that advantage they have now underneath. Elizabeth Jones dishing underneath the Powers, and Davis swats away the pass attempt. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and Coach Dickens will send in the newest Wasp to the Hive. It's Briley Jones, 12th game played this year. Coming off the bench, averaging 7.5 points. And a jump ball. Kate Kolb puts her arms in there. Possession arrow favoring E&H. Seven seconds to shoot. Lee on the inbound. Finding Jones. Now Powers. 3 seconds left. Tori Powers pulling up and drops it in at the horn. First bucket of the day for Tori Powers. E&H applying a little bit of pressure here. This has been Lynchburg's biggest issue all season long, breaking any type of pressure in the backcourt. Handoff to Davis. Too hard off the backboard. And possession to the Wasps as Taylor Owens makes her 14th appearance of the season in her freshman year for E&H. I also see Brooke Vetter stepping in for Lynchburg. That one rattles in, long two for Taylor Owens.
And that's something that E&H can do now that they don't have hoppers in the game, somebody who could pull it out and cause those posts to really have to defend them on the perimeter.
Big rebound and put back for Kate Kolb, just hanging out underneath, grabbing the peaches and putting them back in the basket.
Kate Kolb is so efficient. In her last game, she had 8 points and 8 rebounds, which is awesome. And we're seeing here, once again, using the most with the time that she's in. Doing the most with the time that she's in, excuse me.
Taylor Gilbert dishing to Powers. Handoff to Owens. Too strong this time on the baseline. Brooke Vetter trying to force one in. Bodies draped on her. Nothing doing there. E&H fast break coming back. And Briley Jones somehow scooping that one in.
Lynchburg's got to sprint back. There's no way that the ball can beat all of your men in a game like this. Urgency is going to be key.
Very reminiscent of the second matchup of the year. The last time these two teams played, it was 18-18 after one. Here we are, 2017. And Quarles missing her first 3-ball of the contest. Shot clock turned off. E&H looking at a 2-possession lead, perhaps. It's Owens. It's good for 3. Taylor Owens off the bench, and quickly 5 points for her, and then a mistake by Lynchburg on the inbound. Davis stepped over the line before the pass was made, so right back to E&H again with 2.4 seconds to go. And wisely, Coach Dickens is going to put hoppers in for these last 2.4, maybe try to get it to her underneath the basket.
Small mistakes, just can't let them happen again.
And there is hoppers, and there's 2 points. What a finish for E&H. 4 points, beg your pardon. It's 5 points in the last 10 seconds of the quarter, and that's how we're done. 25-17, E&H looking to defeat Lynchburg in the 3rd try of 2021. There's hoppers at the horn. Gilbert with a couple threes as well. It's been a solid first quarter for the Wasps. Lynchburg getting a couple to drop, but E&H was 60% from the floor shooting. Lynchburg 42%. Usually that's pretty good, not when the opposing team is shooting as well as they are. We're going to keep it here during breaks so that you can see the faces that you're not allowed to see in person here in the quarterfinal round of the women's basketball tournament. Joe Hutchler, Laurencia Moten with you. We'll step aside. We'll keep the video here. Second quarter clock is at 10 minutes. We are ready to go with Lynchburg trying to overcome some mistakes in the last 10 seconds of that first quarter. Trailing by 8.
If I'm a Lynchburg player right now, you just got to compartmentalize. Trash would just happen. Start over, score 0-0.
Foul away from the ball. It's going to go on Tori Powers. That'll be her first.
44, Tori Powers. That's her first. Team's first of the period.
No turnovers for E&H in that first quarter. Just 2 for Lynchburg. Pretty clean game.
Great pass.
Ogish can't finish. Rebound falls to Vetter, though. And the Hornets will try again. Kate Kolb off the bench looking for points 5 and 6. Instead, a couple Wasps fighting for it against their own teammates. Amaya Lee to Taylor Owens, who's had a fantastic game stepping off the bench. Five points for her. Hoppers has 6 to lead all scorers so far. Riley Jones open for 3. That's short. And pulling it in is Ogish.
One of the keys for Lynchburg is patience, but not hesitation. Patience and hesitation do not go hand in hand. So these players have to be a little bit more urgent.
Davis inside, takes contact, and will head to the free throw line for the second time today. 2 for 2 so far. Check it out one more time. Excellent run in and put it up. Especially if you can get a foul on Hopper. She has 2 now, so Coach Dickens forced to have her still on the bench. And Elizabeth Jones checks back in.
Definitely, Emory and Henry is switching everything. So it was great that Lynchburg recognized that.
Lizzie Davis, the Knoxville, Tennessee native. Precise with the free throws, just like she hopes to be someday as an orthopedic surgeon. 6 points for her. Lynchburg back within 6. And that one deflects off a Lynchburg foot. Aaron Green will check in for Kate Kolb, who had a solid start off the bench. 4 points for Kate, a couple rebounds. Riley Jones looking inside. No one there except for Lynchburg playing this 2-3 zone. Trying to force E&H to go long distance. Skip pass. Owens at the horn. In and out from 3. And a rebound comes to Vetter. It might have been a miss, but Owens certainly accurate to this juncture.
Her quick release.
Ogish is laying one in. Leaning forward and collecting points 5 and 6. Lynchburg trying to chip away. It was an 8-point lead. Pass off the mark. They can bring the deficit to 1 or 2 here.
That pass was off the mark, but it was there. So Lynchburg has to do a better job of getting their hands high, make sure those long passes don't get to the player next time.
Vetter picked up the dribble. Under 10 to shoot. Ogish one-on-one. And I think she traveled. Yes, she did.
So if you watch closely, E&H is doubling in the post. So immediately whenever a Lynchburg player gets it, another player is coming down to kind of, distract them, make them scared. But that means somebody's open. So Lynchburg has to recognize that quick. Make a decision. Either you're going to shoot it or pass it.
You just saw Brianna Hogan on your screen, freshman from Front Royal, getting her first minutes. And speaking of first, Amaya Lee gets her first points. Open is Quarles underneath the basket. Takes contact, can't finish though. On the rebound, there is a whistle, and the foul will keep it here for an inbound from Lynchburg. Third team foul already in the second quarter for E&H. It's the first on Owens. Giving it right back to Green is Davis. Good touch, just off the mark.
Lynchburg is getting those shots close to the basket. They just got to capitalize off of them.
Great steal, followed by another. Ogish, then Hogan. Lee quickly into Owens, now out to Hogan for three. And a battle for the rebound, falling out of bounds. Lynchburg will take it.
Emory and Henry is doing a great job of moving around the court. Lynchburg's having a hard time keeping up with their man. Even though they're in a 2-3 zone, it's a man-like 2-3 zone.
Better breaking through the middle. And Lynchburg does a great job getting through that press this time. And Aaron Green having the advantage, standing tall over Amaya Lee, who's 5'5". Green at 6'3". Just keep the ball up high, and Green will collect 2 easy points. Kick out to Jones. Here's Elizabeth Jones giving to Taylor Owens. Cross-court pass, Briley Jones. It's on target, just too strong. Vetter takes that long pass. 5-point deficit for Lynchburg. Green put it on the floor a couple times. Wasp trying to swat it away, and Lee picks up the rebound. Lee going coast to coast and denied with a big right hand from Abby Ogish. And Meredith Vetter called for the reach-in foul on the second effort.
Lynchburg's transition defense just has to be a little bit quicker. I know Lee's fast, but you know, she has the ball in her hand, so you can beat her with your legs.
Kylie Cooper back in for Emory and Henry, and Brooke Vetter returns for the Hornets. Abby Ogish will take a break for the first time in the first half. Amaya Lee hounded by Davis and Vetter. Owens along the free throw line. Hand off to Cooper. Great ball handler and has it now. Senior on senior. Hogan with 3 to shoot. Puts it up. Rims out into the hands of Quarles. Davis. Contact made with Lee. No whistle. They keep going. And then Vetter is fouled on her shot attempt.
I love to see Lynchburg going downhill. Even though sometimes the shots aren't going in, they're still getting those fouls, and they're doing pretty well at the line right now.
Media timeout, 4:41 remaining in the second quarter. Emory and Henry leads by 5 in the ODAC quarterfinal round of the 2021 Women's Basketball Tournament on LHSN. All right, 4:41 to go, and it is as tight as we'd hoped so far, 28-23. Right now, Valencia feels like that there's a moment where Emory Henry could really blow this thing open, but also Lynchburg could do a better job of chipping away, and neither team able to really take control.
Definitely. It's like a tug of war with both teams. But I think the biggest thing that Lynchburg has to do to make sure they stay strong in this tug of war game is to get back on transition defense. That's their biggest problem right now.
Meredith Vetter at the line. And missing one of two. Brooke Vetter getting involved, and still going to go to ENH, and Vetter in pain. I think an elbow came up and caught Vetter in the nose area. And right now, don't see any blood. Everyone's checking to be sure. Could just end up being a stinger.
As somebody who had 3 broken noses in college basketball, I know how that feels. But she's not bleeding, so she can keep playing.
Even if it's not broken, it hurts.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
No doubt.
No doubt at all.
So Vetter goes 1 for 2, just as she said in that mic'd up video. 50% is her specialty, and it's a 4-point game. Gilbert hadn't been seen for a while. Takes a 3 right away. Not able to hit. Meanwhile, what a pass from Davis that leads to a foul on the other end. Talk about threading the needle like Granny on a Sunday. Lizzie Davis that close to an assist, but there's still a chance for points for Lynchburg. Quarles, an 82% free throw shooter, leads the team in that category. A senior out of Roanoke, Virginia, looking to make it a 2-point game.
I love that she's starting off early with her presence. As you mentioned early on last game against ENH, she had 20 points and 9 rebounds, and most of them came in the 4th quarter. So I'm happy to see her, you know, really showing her presence early on.
Yeah, she put the team on her back. 14 points in that final 10 minutes. Meanwhile, Kylie Cooper answering one senior with some points for her as a senior. First points of the day. And it's back to a 2-possession game. Dumped inside. Ogish had room, lost it on her way in, then Vetter scoops it up. Maggie Quarles for 3. Short, and a big rebound from Hogan. In the corner, it's Cooper again. Short this time. And rebound falls to Davis. Quick outlet pass to Quarles. Gilbert gets back to play D. Doesn't matter. Quarles takes that body just like a practice shot. And now with 4 points in the last couple possessions. Gilbert, cross court, and travel called against Sawyer.
You know, coaches always tell us you have to move with the flight of the ball. So with cross-court passes, you can't watch it and then get to your man. You have to move as it's in the air. Otherwise, you'll never make it. And we're seeing that.
A chance to tie or take the lead for Lynchburg. They haven't had the lead since the first quarter. ENH won the first quarter 25-20 or 25-17. And here we are tied thanks to Lizzie Davis. Points 7 and 8 for her. Gilbert thought about it. Have to respect it. Now she'll drive in, missing the layup, and jump ball is called. Arrow keeps it here with ENH. Things are more even as far as percentages. ENH now shooting 44%, Lynchburg 43.5. As the inbound comes to Gilbert, handoff to Cooper. Kylie Cooper needs some help. Gilbert with contact. And that one careens off the rim into the hands of Davis. Vetter found herself with a really good chance, just came up short underneath. Good movement. Sawyer in the corner. Inside to Hogan, working on Green. And Green just pulls it away from the hands of Hogan.
Great block. It's almost funny how she just stands behind. It's like, yeah, give it to her, because I'm going to block it anyway.
Green averaging 3 blocks per game. First one is unique, just like her. Ogish, tough angle, makes it work. 8 points for Abby Ogish. 90 seconds to go, and the Hornets have the lead again. First time since around 2 minutes to go in the first quarter that they've had the advantage. Looking to finish the quarter strong. Long three from Gilbert. Short off the front of the rim, and then Davis is fouled.
Ooh. Thank you.
We are being tested this year as far as being on the mic and still have to worry about basketballs, softballs, volleyballs. Thank goodness we haven't had to worry about a lacrosse ball yet.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine. Because what do you do?
You just take it and hope it doesn't hurt too much.
Oh my God.
Lizzie Davis to the free throw line for the third time. She's 4 for 4. And short on the fifth attempt. Coach Crump looking on in a position that I don't know she was thinking she would ever be in. And a bad roll. Ogish trying to pull it away. Jump ball's called. Arrow keeps it here. So 2 missed free throws, but Lynchburg will get 20 seconds to still try to get 2, maybe more. Briley Jones checking back in for ENH. 60 seconds to play in the first half. Davis, pull-up jumper, won't fall. And the rebound gives it to ENH. ENH led it 36-30 in the February 9th contest as Erin Green snags her second block of the half. So far, par for the course based on the action in the first 2 matchups. Under 10 to shoot. 30 seconds in the half. Briley Jones trying to force one. About a half-second differential between shot and game clock, so Lynchburg can hold for almost the last second. Ogish on the drive, kicks to Quarles. She wanted it, she's got it. There it is! 3 ball from number 3. And a 5-point lead under 10 seconds to go in the half. Kylie Cooper trying to take control. Hogan looking for an answer. That won't drop. And are they going to call a foul before the horn sounded? Yes, they are. And so Kylie Cooper wisely just throwing it up, hoping to get 2 free throws, and she will. Nope. Never mind. Overruled. And so we are done in the first half. Good finish for Lynchburg for sure. 35-30 is our score at the break right now. The winner has a date in the semifinals with Washington and Lee after a tremendous scoring day, 109-67 over Virginia Wesleyan earlier this afternoon. We'll step aside for a few moments and come right back with highlights and stats. You're watching the 2021 ODAC Women's Basketball Quarterfinals on LHSN. Halftime here inside Turner Gymnasium. It's a 35-30 lead for the number 2 seeded Hornets over the number 7 seeded Emory and Henry Wasps. We'll be back in a few moments with halftime stats. Myself and Laurencia Moten break down the first half and highlights of the first 20 minutes. You're watching the 2021 ODAC Women's Basketball Quarterfinals on LHSN. And we're back on the mics here inside Turner Gymnasium as it's halftime. Lynchburg leading Emory and Henry 35-30. Welcome again, friends and fans, courtside. I'm Joe Hutzler, Laurencia Moten with me today, and we've seen a pretty good, evenly matched game overall. Lynchburg certainly finished in the half the way that they had to. What's the key for both teams in this second half as far as a quick start?
Definitely defending, which was the first thing I mentioned. You know, controlling what they can control. Lynchburg limited the amount of times that Emory and Henry went to the free throw line, which has been huge, and just keeping that up, just playing hard aggressively on both ends of the court.
Well, speaking of the free throw line, let's take a look at some halftime stats to illustrate more on the number side of what we've seen to this point. And you talked about that 1 of 4. Emory and Henry certainly would love to get inside a lot more and get to the free throw line.
Definitely. I mean, we saw Alexis Hoppers out of the game for most of this half, so we're expecting her to play more. And so I believe that, you know, they'll get more points in the paint. The percentage will go up, but Lynchburg did a good job so far.
Yeah, Hoppers with 2 personal fouls, so they're hoping to get her back in the game soon, and we're hoping to get back to action soon. Less than 5 minutes left in the halftime clock. We're coming back with highlights of the first half and, of course, the start of the third quarter on LHSN. And we're back on the mics here as we're just about ready for the third quarter. But before we get there, let's go back and look at the first half of play. And Lorenzi, we're going to see a really good balance bit of highlights. E&H with a good start. Lynchburg finishing strong in the first half.
Definitely. It's going to be up to whoever comes out of halftime strong. I truly believe.
What is the key if you're on E&H's side coming out of halftime? How do you make sure that you kind of forget about the way that finished and get back to what you were doing in the first quarter that was working so well?
Well, their transition offense was great. They just have to capitalize off that. They are beating Lynchburg's defense down the court, but they're not making any, effort to score the ball. They're just pulling it back out. So definitely going downhill and truly putting it in the hole.
Yeah, 0 fast break points. To your point about that, we see him come down a lot really quickly, and then they slow it back down, not really trying to take advantage of any gaps that Lynchburg may have on defense. Maybe you credit Lynchburg for that on defense. They switched to a 2-3 zone there in that second quarter. You think that's what they're going to come out in if you're Lynchburg?
I would stick with what's been working so far. I definitely would. But, with a 2-3 zone, it just forces the other team to shoot the ball. And E&H is doing a pretty good job at that right now. So they might want to switch it up. Who knows?
Well, we're very intrigued to see what each team brings to the table to start the third quarter. The winner will face Washington and Lee on Tuesday in the semifinal round. If Lynchburg wins, they'll see the Generals here again, just as they did a week ago. If UNH wins, they will travel to Lexington. Emory and Henry starts with the ball, shooting 36% from the floor. Lynchburg at a 44% field goal shooting day. Your individual leaders, Taylor Gilbert with 6, Alexis Hoppers with 6 for ENH. There's 3 for Josie Sawyer. As for Lynchburg, 8 points from Davis and Ogish.
Well, right off the bat, we see Josie Sawyer capitalizing, doing what she does best. Lynchburg mentioned yesterday in practice that they cannot let any easy threes off when dealing with her. Know where she is and keep your hands high.
Yeah, Sawyer is a 22.5% three-point shooter. She's 1 for 1 today as Maggie Quarles gets big under the basket for 9 points now.
Lynchburg has nice-sized guards, so I love to see them posting up, especially with smaller guards on the opposite team.
This is Cooper inside, around Green, and the rebound comes to 25 in gray. Now it's Davis. And looking for the foul. Instead, it's a turnover. Both teams did pretty well in the turnover battle. Just 3 for Lynchburg and 2 for ENH. You mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. Both hovering around 19 per game. So excellent, excellent play by both teams, taking care of the ball. Davis, coast to coast, finishing for points 9 and 10. She's the first to double digits. Long cross-court pass deflected by Davis, but Cooper still receives it. Jones looking inside to Hoppers, breaks away from Ogish, and there's nothing you can do if you lose position on 55 in blue.
Definitely not, so you can't let it happen. Work early.
And what about that from Hoppers? Great hands and Vetter just falling into her. Hoppers calls the jump ball. Lynchburg will keep it, but of course that means the arrow goes ENH's way next time. Here's Quarles. And now Green for 3, too strong this time. Made 1 in the first half. Vetter with a big offensive rebound. That's where Meredith Vetter makes her hay, if you will, as a defender and a rebound machine. A whistle and a foul on ENH. To my previous point, Vetter averaging 3 rebounds per game. Just has 3 points per game as well.
She's a very essential part to this Lynchburg team. You know, she played 30 minutes the last time these teams saw each other. She didn't score, but she does the intangibles, the things that you just don't see on the stat sheet.
Aaron Green scoring 9 points now for the junior after an excellent assist from Lizzie Davis on the inbound. And then a turnover and a timeout from Coach Dickens. Lynchburg bringing the energy to start the third quarter. Media timeout. They lead it by 6 on LHSN. 7:21 remaining in the third quarter. Emory and Henry trailing Lynchburg 41-35. The Hornets coming out, getting 6 points. Emory and Henry also has 5, but it feels like Coach Dickens called a timeout at the right time. You could sense things were starting to get away.
Definitely. Basketball is a game of runs, so she had to make sure that Lynchburg stopped their run in order for her team to get another chance.
Here's Quarles off a screen. Has to give it up. Green. Too hard. Off the back of the rim and in the hands of Ogish. Davis inside and curls it in. How about Lizzie Davis doing whatever's needed? And right now, 12 points today, 29 points last week. She's killing it. Hoppers. Tough shot, great defense from Green. Made it harder on 55 in blue. Not the way you want to do things out of a timeout for Emory and Henry. You just talked about what needs to be done. Of course, Lynchburg also gets a chance to go over things. And a fortunate turnover for Emory and Henry. That's just the 4th of the day. Both teams with only 4. I'm so impressed. Again, we've done every home game, obviously, for Lynchburg, and sometimes that becomes a real big issue for them. But neither team struggling in taking care of the ball as Elizabeth Jones knocks down her first bucket of the afternoon. Vetter driving in. Meredith Vetter off the glass. And 2 free throws.
I love that you mentioned that because we got to take it back to the first home game that Lynchburg ever played with 27 turnovers. So the growth is amazing, and I'm so happy we get to watch that.
If you think about it, 1 point away from being undefeated this season. They lost that game to Bridgewater by 1 point, 71-70. Of course, Bridgewater was the #1 seed, still earns the #1 seed, but they could not perform in the ODAC tournament due to COVID-19 protocols. So Lynchburg is the highest remaining seed. It really benefits Ferrum. They get an automatic push to the semifinals. They will play on Tuesday against Roanoke, the #4 seed. The winner of this will play Washington and Lee, the 3 seed, on Tuesday. Taylor Gilbert missing that short shot. Emory and Henry's gone cold on the offensive end. Ogish blocked, and then they say a foul. Definitely had to handle the ball, did Elizabeth Jones, but may have got the body as well. The official says that they got Ogish on the forearm. So Ogish will shoot 2, and Emory and Henry make some substitutions. Powers, Owens, and Amaya Lee are in, as well as Taylor Gant for Lynchburg.
Definitely have to commend Ogish for just putting the ball up. As I mentioned before, you see them doubling in. You see those players going in hands high when she gets the ball, trying to distract her, but she still put it up and got the foul.
Ogish making the first free throw of her afternoon. And with that make, she's shooting over 70% from the free throw line, less than 50% a year ago. She wanted to improve and certainly has done so, especially for someone who's destined to be at the free throw line multiple times per game. Ten points for Ogish, 9 rebounds, so 1 more. She continues to average a double-double. 7 to shoot. Sawyer pushing that one in. 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. And the ball through the net for 3 more points. Sawyer with 9. Quietly 9 points. Ogish kicks it to Gant, the freshman. Now to Quarles. Perhaps some foreshadowing there. Gant maybe taking over that position with Maggie Quarles graduating this year. Of course, with no NCAA tournament for winter sports, there is that chance to come back if you choose to do so. You just have to be enrolled in the institution. Brooke Vetter checks in for Abby Ogish. And 4:40 to go. Media timeout again here in the third quarter. 45-40. Lynchburg leading Emory and Henry on LHSN. Under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Lynchburg with a 5-point advantage. Each team scoring 10 points in this third. Feels like Lynchburg should be up more based on the third quarter performances so far. A&H has to remember it's just a 5-point game. And it remains that after all air and maybe a little backboard from Quarles. Also worth noting, Lynchburg is one foul away, or Emory and Henry is one foul away, putting Lynchburg in the double bonus. The Hornets are 11 of 16 at the line tonight, just shy of 69%. Emory and Henry still just has taken 4 free throws.
Great defense on Lynchburg's part.
Now Alexis Hoppers is in, so we expect to see more post play from Emory and Henry. Tori Powers to Owens, moving right to left and missing all of that.
Coach Crump mentioned that they had to stay disciplined on defense. And if you watch Lynchburg, they have their hands high. They're on offense now, but
we're going to see him in a second because there's a fast break points coming here for Maggie Quarles. Taylor Gant with a good push up. Quarles with the finish. Powers to Hoppers, missing the short jumper, and Vetter with the rebound. You heard Hoppers clap her hands. She knew that should have been an easy bucket for her. Only down 7. The body language has to improve for Emory and Henry. That's not going to help.
It's time for Lynchburg to capitalize off this. We could just see, as you mentioned, the body language. They look kind of deflated. Lynchburg just got to keep going. Don't let up.
Owens for 3. And that one gets a nice bounce off the top of the glass to slow down the bleeding a little bit. Cross court. Gant collects the pass. And now Lynchburg's offense can get set up. Got to appreciate Lynchburg's ability to break the press compared to how bad it was in the first couple games. As Aaron Green looks to go around the defender, ball tapped around, and Tori Powers with the rebound. Powers hands it back to Lee. Hoppers. Powers again inside over top of Green. She got a piece of it, but Hoppers is there to clean it up.
Lynchburg's got to do a better job of rotating. We just saw Aaron Green having to come up, but that allowed E&H to just dump it off to Hoppers, and she's good at those shots close to the basket.
Each team answering the other. And a 4-point contest. A few ticks over 2 minutes remaining in the third as Aaron Green hits all net from long range.
We've got to commend her. I mean, I got to think about the first game that I saw her play, and I was like, take that shot, and now she's letting it go. It's going in. It's perfect.
Green 2 for 3 from distance, and she'll get a piece of that to strip it away. The Wasps will keep possession. And we're going to see some changes on the floor. Abby Ogish, Kate Kolb stepping in for Brooke Vetter and Aaron Green. Briley Jones is back in for the Wasps. Good inbound, finding Owens wide open, and she'll take advantage of that baseline jumper. Gant quickly ahead to Quarles, and now a slowdown with 1:35 to go in the third stanza of this 4-paragraph paper. Who will add another page to this long project? Owens from the corner. Long rebound finds Gant. E&H is now 8 of 19 from beyond the arc. Still pretty good percentages. Lynchburg's only taken 6, but they've knocked down 3. Ogish looked away from the pass, and it was poked away. 5th turnover of the day for Lynchburg, and now the 5th turnover for the Wasps. Both teams really struggling to find a consistent rhythm. Each are really good at answering the other. And a foul here. It will go against Briley Jones. That's her first and the team's 5th. So Maggie Quarles shooting 2 free throws.
Great decision by Quarles to try to post up. I mentioned it before. She's a bigger guard, so trying to use her size, especially when she has that advantage, is extremely smart.
Quarles knocks down the free throw. 12 points for the senior out of Roanoke, Virginia. Maggie Quarles 4 for 4 at the line. A 7-point ball game. Under 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. No fouls in this quarter by Lynchburg. Lee straightaway 3. Got it! Amaya Lee with 2 big buckets off the bench. Lynchburg looking for the last shot. Lizzie Davis has become known for these moments right here. And continues to put herself on the highlight reel for what she does at the end of a quarter. 15 points for Lizzie Davis, and the lead is back to 7 as we wrap up the third quarter. Check it out again. Davis waiting, biding her time, all cash. Well, here we are, 10 minutes remaining in this quarterfinal matchup. The third time the Hornets and the Wasps have got together this season in what has been a weird 2021. Lynchburg with 9 total games played. Emory and Henry with 13. The Wasps, the 7 seed. Lynchburg, the 2 seed. Now the highest remaining seed in the tournament. And trying to do something that's very hard in the world of sports, defeating the same team 3 times in one season.
Definitely hard, but not impossible. Not impossible at all.
7-point game. Tori Powers dishing to Hoppers. She has 10 points, tied with Taylor Owens for the most on the team. And Bradley Jones says, I want to get in part of that. Here's points 3, 4, and 5 for me. Lizzie Davis, 15 points to lead all scorers. That's her 4th made shot at the horn for a 3 this season. Once against Shenandoah, twice last Saturday against Washington and Lee. And Lynchburg continuing to build on that offensive play. Kate Kolb with points 5 and 6. They're shooting 49% from the field. Amaya Lee, could she go 3 for 3? No. Kolb pulls it down, and a possession arrow favoring the Hornets.
Great shot we just saw by Kate Kolb. Knowing time and score, she was patient, and they didn't close out on her, so why not take it?
Really good to see her hitting a jumper from that distance. We typically see her underneath the basket, so making it tougher on the defense if you have to guard that mid-ranger as well. That pass just finds Lizzie Davis. The pull-up baseline jumper short. Hoppers lost it, got it back, and a foul is called on Maggie Quarles. That's her second. Kylie Cooper and Elizabeth Jones return for E&H. Alexis Hoppers is going to take a breather early in the 4th. Have to imagine she's going to come back in shortly. Of course, Green is out too for Lynchburg. That's probably where that chess match is. We saw Lynchburg take control with Kolb and Ogus playing underneath back in the 2nd quarter. Bradley Jones hits another. 2 3-balls here in the 4th quarter, and it's a 1-possession game just like that. E&H has kind of given up on that post option in the offensive side of the floor. Meanwhile, Davis creates contact, misses the shot, and Jones picks up that long rebound. Chance to tie it here if they choose to go for 3. Instead, it's 2, and Jones heading to the free throw line.
Emory and Henry is doing a great job of getting the shot off behind the arc, and then on top of that, making it. Lynchburg has to create a quick solution to that problem. Otherwise, we're in for a long 4th quarter.
Sammy Seaver will step in for Maggie Quarles. Quarles has 3 personal fouls. And Bradley Jones shooting free throws, makes the first. She's an 86% free throw shooter on the season. A sophomore from Greenville, Tennessee. 50% on that trip. And still a 2-point game. Inside to Kolb. Just forcing one and not able to stay on target. In the corner, Bradley Jones. It looked good from here. Lee will bat it away from Kolb. Kylie Cooper for 3. That one's off the rim. And across the line, back to Lynchburg. Nervous moments if you're a Lynchburg fan on those 2 shots.
Definitely. We're seeing firsthand why it's important to box out. You know, height is not everything in this game. You got to be able to use your body, get low, find a body, push them out, and then go get the ball. Balls last.
Oga struggling to get it in, finally does to Kolb. Seaver pushing it up the floor. The freshman, Sammy Seaver, curling back. And Lizzie Davis will take control from the point. Intercepted by Bradley Jones, who's having a stellar 4th quarter. She's going to take it all the way inside. What a pass to Elizabeth Jones, and we're tied at 59. How about E&H? Changing the game plan to match what's not working for them. And looking at Bradley Jones, look at this pass.
You know, that's why coaches say just sprint back. Don't try to stop the ball. Get back, get in line with the basket and then defend, because sometimes, you know, they're too fast.
We've got ourselves a ball game, folks. 6:48 to go in the fourth quarter, all knotted up at 59 apiece. Each team with 3 timeouts left. It's going to be fun. You're watching the 2021 ODAC Women's Basketball Quarterfinals on LHSN. .648 to go. Still a lot of basketball to be played, but right now everything favoring E&H. And certainly they'll come out of this timeout with a full court pressure play on Lynchburg. Neither team making changes during that timeout to their lineup. Here's Ogish, pushes ahead to Seaver. And Lee is going to be called for the foul. She got a lot of Davis's body on that attempt at a steal. Worked out for Lynchburg this time, but maybe next time thinking about fake the pass and cut back on the inside.
Definitely fake a pass to make a pass. You're so right, Joe.
And Henry knows what passes are coming now. As you said at the top of the broadcast, familiarity. 3rd time these two teams have played this season. And Seaver unabated to the defense, losing it. 7th turnover for Lynchburg. And Emory Henry now has a chance to take the lead. Lee dishes to Cooper. Regathers, 5 to shoot. Driving inside, blocked out of play. 4 seconds to shoot, 6 minutes remaining. And Aaron Green checks in for Kate Kolb.
We see Lynchburg got out of that zone and went straight into man, which was super smart, especially when they're knocking down all these threes. Zone is the last thing you want to be in.
3 to shoot, Jones inside. This is Owens, blocked by Green. As the buzzer sounds, Green helped up. Seems to be all right. 4th block of the night for Aaron Green. Seaver pushing it across. Clean break that time by Lynchburg. Does get it to Vetter. Green driving, stopping, and throwing it away.
Score still 59-59. We're seeing both teams kind of at a stalemate. They're both trying different things, but nothing seems to be falling.
This is Cooper. And Lee throws one up. Rebound falls to Seaver.
Very disciplined for Lynchburg on that double ball screen we just saw. Nice hesitation.
And Davis going to be called for the charge.
I don't know about that one, Joe.
A little bit of elbow, a lot of bit of acting. And it works for the Wasps. First foul on Lizzie Davis. Another look at it. And it's kind of hard to tell. You could see that elbow come out a little bit. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Winner plays on Tuesday. And on the other end, it's an offensive foul, this time on Taylor Owens.
Might be a makeup call. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, Davis was a part of both. That I know for sure.
Definitely. She deserved it back after they just falsely accused her of that charge.
Your words, not mine.
Definitely mine. Quote me.
Ogish brings it up the floor, finds Meredith Vetter, and Lynchburg still content, much like ENH has been, get up the floor quickly and then slow it down. Not trying to take advantage of the numbers game. Ogish on the block, off the glass. 2 points and a chance at 3. Look at it one more time. Ogish just going to work.
Shooting one.
Cannot complete the three-point play. And the ball tipped by Vetter. Goes back to Emory and Henry. Two-point game. Nervous energy in the building. Knowing what's on the line. Briley Jones having a great fourth quarter. Just missed that one. And then the ball crossing the line. Last touch by ENH.
And almost got her own rebound. You know, when you shoot the ball, you know if it's going in or not, most likely. So that's who you want to box out the most. And Lynchburg didn't do that just now.
Alexis Hoppers returns. As she stepped on the floor, Aaron Green pointed at her like, yeah, we know, Aaron, that's who you're going to guard, duh. Seaver pushing it, 2-on-1 advantage. Seaver takes the shot. First bucket of the night for the freshman comes in a big moment of the game. That's what Lynchburg and ENH haven't been doing. Fast break, let's go.
Just go, don't pull it out.
Briley Jones, she continues to throw him up from 3. No good that time. Seaver on the floor. Deflection to Davis. And a jump ball keeps it here with Emory and Henry.
Great job for the upperclassman, Lizzie Davis, to hold on to the ball. We saw Sammy kind of bat it away, you know, one to go down on the other end, but just stay strong. Lizzie said, we got this.
Cooper looking to get it in. Finds Jones. Fresh shot clock. Hoppers inside. And a foul go against Green. That's just her second, team's fourth. One away from putting the Wasps in the double bonus. Alexis Hoppers to the free throw line for the second time today. 0 for 2 on her first trip.
You know, when you're guarding somebody on the baseline, you really want to watch the ball. My dad would always tell me the ball is what they need. So you don't want to watch your man. I know you've seen videos where somebody, you know, bounces the ball off somebody's back because you're watching your man and not the ball. What can they do without the ball?
Run around, that's about it.
That's it.
Hoppers 1 for 2, still a one-possession game. That was only the 8th free throw attempt of the match for Emory and Henry. Not getting there enough by their standards, and Davis going to be called again, and that time a little bit easier to call. She clearly put that left shoulder down. Didn't extend it, but took more of that Billy Goat mentality. And that is the 5th team foul for Lynchburg. So the Wasps, I just said they only shot 8 free throws. Good possibility there'll be more coming with 3:05 remaining. Amaya Lee driving down, and great defense from Seaver makes it a tough shot. Rejected by the backboard.
You know, ENH plays a traditional 2-3, and their guards tend to be overly aggressive. So if I'm Lynchburg, you really got to step into them, get the ball, stay strong.
Sammy Seaver, she knew it was off. It's too strong. And Lynchburg not able to make it a 2-possession game. Cooper dumps it inside to Hoppers, and she will take it off the glass for 2 more. Alexis Hoppers with 13 points.
That's been a problem since the start of the game, and it will be a problem forever if they just let her get the ball with them behind. I mean, she's skilled.
Hoppers with a foul. That's her third personal. And the fourth against the Wasps.
Alexis Hoppers, it's her third. Team's fourth.
So it'll be an inbound for Lynchburg under the basket.
Right down here.
Lynchburg fanned out. Now they rush. And Davis's third option is there, Abby Ogish. Ogish inside, off the glass, getting big and celebrating for good reason. Would not be denied. 14 points for Ogish. And we're back to a 3-point game. Good hands from Green to swat it away.
Definitely good hands. She's got a 3-quarter in the post, and then just trust that your help's gonna come and be there.
And a big turnover for Emory and Henry. That's just their 8th of the game, but everything's magnified under 2 minutes to go in a winner-go-home match. Davis, she loves to go all the way in. She will, gets fouled on her way to the basket. That'll be the 5th team foul and should put Lizzie Davis at the free throw line. Foul's gonna be charged to Kylie Cooper. You can see it here on your screen. She gets pinballed around. Cooper just trying to pull that ball away. Lizzie Davis, 4 of 6 at the line today. We saw Maggie Quarles check back in and crunch time. Every game we've worked, Laurencia, we always talk about how crucial free throws are. They don't get talked about enough until the end when they matter the most. So they'll be huge in the next 137.
For sure.
Davis 1 for 2, but crucially, it's a 2-possession game. 90 seconds to play. The winner plays Tuesday night. The loser has 2021 cut short.
If I'm Lynchburg, I'm trying to use the whole shot clock. We're not rushing anything. We're getting the best shot. Not a good shot, but the best shot.
Quarles breaks away from her defender, and it rolls off the side. Last touch by Lynchburg. Elizabeth Jones, Josie Salyer. Back in for Emory and Henry. Alexis Hoppers off the bench, or off to the bench. Coach Dickens might be in a situation where she's bringing Hoppers in to play defense and then take her out for offense. Under a minute to play, Kylie Cooper, the senior, step back, jumper, short, rebound, Vetter, and it stays here though. Foul is away from the ball. Looks like the official pointed to Aaron Green. Or, no, it is on 13. Meredith Vetter, her second. Big foul call. Late in the game, Tori Powers is going to re-enter for Emory and Henry, and it's going to be Taylor Gilbert shooting free throws. Just 6 attempts on the season for Taylor Gilbert, and she's made all 6. Wanting to make 2 here. There's the first. Emory and Henry 4 of 9 as a unit from the charity stripe. And a 2-point contest again. This is playoff basketball, folks, exactly how it's supposed to be. Each team in the double bonus. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining. Each team looking to advance to the ODAC semifinals. Will it be here or will it be in Lexington? Ogish inside, takes contact and scores.
Huge bucket for Abby Ogish.
Check it out again. Ogish not denied through the middle. Had a lane, drove through it. Stop.
Huge bucket, doing what she's been doing this entire game. You know, it's nothing new. She's been going downhill. She's been strong this entire game.
And that one rolls in. The three-point play the old-fashioned way. And a timeout taken by Coach Dickens. Lynchburg up by 5, 69-64. Under 30 seconds remaining in the contest. Let's take a step back and breathe on this. This has been a fantastic game from the get-go. Wasn't really either team that took a big advantage. I know E&H went up by 8, but it didn't last very long. I mean, this is what we thought we would get. This is what we hoped that we would get. And you got to love the intensity brought to this matchup today. Both these teams have played well.
Definitely. Both of these teams showing how important this game is to them. And I'm giving them nothing but respect regardless of the outcome. Both teams fought to get here, and they're fighting in this game. Now talk to me, Joe. If you are the E&H coach, what do you think you're going to do coming out of this timeout?
Well, first and foremost, they wouldn't hire me. I promise you that. I don't have the credentials for that. But the good news is for them, they're going to get the 28-foot hash. So they're going to get to move up past half court. It depends on who comes out, but you got to believe that Cooper's going to be involved. She's the best ball handler for E&H, whether she's the one dishing it out or trying to score. That's going to be a huge piece. You're down 5. You can get 2 and still try to get a 3 after a defensive stop. So Hoppers has to be an option, right? She has 13 points.
Definitely, but I think you're right. I'm going to go with Cooper. I think they're going to try to run something for her. Get a nice 3.
Owens, by the way, has 10 points off the bench. She's had a couple of threes. So if 23 in blue gets open, watch out. Shot clock's off. Salyer just gets it into Owens. Here they get it to Cooper, as we expected. Kylie Cooper.
Screen coming.
Steps back, long 2. Just short. Hoppers with the rebound. Put back, not there. Bouncing around near the corner. Chase it down, and Lynchburg possession.
I'm not sure what that play was. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Well, I don't think it happened the way that they expected.
I wonder if the first couple pass options just weren't there. Lynchburg blocking those passing lanes. I'm not sure Taylor Owens was the first option to get the ball in.
I can't agree with you more.
Lynchburg does get the ball into Lizzie Davis. Up ahead, stolen by Gilbert. 5 seconds left. Gilbert 3, short. 2 and 1. Foul is called. Lynchburg will shoot 2 free throws, and they will get ready to host the Generals on Tuesday night.
Emory Henry foul on number 32, Josie Salyer. That's her 3rd to the line.
Woo! I know that Lynchburg has that sigh of relief right now after a hard-fought game. Seems like they're going to be coming away with this win.
No question. Last year, they were disappointed with an ODAC quarterfinal loss to Emory and Henry. This year, in the weird year that it is, they're hosting the quarterfinals, and they're winning another game. Now, it'll be 9 straight victories for Lynchburg. Lizzie Davis will finish with 18 points to lead all scorers. The Hive has spoken, and Lynchburg defeats Emory and Henry to move on to the ODAC semifinals on Tuesday night. What a game for us here on LHSN. What a weekend so far for the home teams as well here on campus. Big nod to Coach Dickens and this Emory and Henry squad. 6-8 is their final record on the season, but man, they made it tough this evening and had some really good spurts with some young core group of players. Next year, they're going to be yet another team you have to think about as one of the favorites to start the season.
Definitely. I mean, if I'm Emory and Henry, you just got to be proud of yourself. You made it this far, and you got to play. You know, in the midst of the crazy year that we just came from and the unexpected turnaround that we've had thus far, they did what they could do. They did the best that they could.
In the end, Lynchburg defeats the Wasps for the 3rd time this season, their 9th straight victory, and they move on to take on the Generals of W&L Tuesday night right here in this gym on this YouTube channel. 71-64 the final. Big thank you to everyone on the LHSN crew as we leave you with some highlights of tonight's game. I'm Joe Hutzler saying so long from Lynchburg. Have a great day.